Hey, how you doing? Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone had a great day today. Welcome to Marriage 101, where for the next 2 weeks, I'll be sending out some positive reinforcement to help cultivate your marriage or your relationship with your partner, okay? All right. Today, though, I'll be talking about longevity in marriage, okay? I and my wife have been preparing to celebrate 34 years of marriage. Okay, it's not just by chance that we got here. We made it here because we worked to get here. Okay, we worked together. So, with that, thorough understanding that it's going to take work. You know what I'm saying? To help cultivate what you have with your partner, okay? Now, there's some of you out there that don't believe in marriage, get a long, prosperous marriage. So understand I'm not here to change your perception on marriage. I am, however, here to speak to those who want a long marriage and are striving for it. All right, so when we first got together, we were all lovey-dovey, all right? We had a whole bunch of sex, and then we got married, and we still had a whole bunch of sex, okay? But now we started to feel the pressures of raising kids and, trying to make ends meet. So the sex didn't go out the window, but now we started to understand that sex was not everything, okay? Now things were starting to level out as we worked and took care of family and household, okay? Being emotionally drained most times, we argued and fought about everything, okay? And it just seems like things wouldn't get any better. So my moms and my pop started pouring into our marriage. Not as busybodies, but as someone with, I think they were married at that time almost 40-something years. So they were willing to pour into us and help us because they wanted to see us succeed, okay? Now, it took a while for lessons to be taught, for lessons to be taught that had to be learned. So it took a while for them to take because we were hard-headed. We were hard-headed. And we listened, but we didn't listen, okay? But once we learned and started practicing those lessons, we started to see an improvement in our relationship, our business affairs, and our home life, okay? So understand that, if you're having trouble right now, if you're, it just seems like, no light at the end of the tunnel, don't write your marriage off. Don't write your relationship off, okay? Because as long as you are willing to fight for positive change, things will change, okay? Now, there's a few things that we had to learn that I want to share with you, okay? Stay before God about everything, okay? I mean, everything, all right? Communication, not talking at each other, but to each other, okay? Teamwork. Learn to work together and not against each other, because teamwork, you'll see a whole lot of progress with teamwork versus working against the machine, okay? All right, be honest. Be honest with each other, okay? You made a mistake, be honest, all right? There's something you shouldn't do, be honest, all right? Everything is not an emergency. Those of you who flip off the handle about everything, let me ask you a question. What did that just solve? Anything? Okay, that's what I thought. It didn't solve anything. All right. Learn to think before you react and speak. Learn to think before you react and speak. Okay, because if you talk to that person like you love them, what you're about to say out your mouth will come out better than it would have if you just went off willy-nilly. Okay. Respect and be considerate of each other. Okay. Be respectful and considerate of each other. Something you wouldn't say to your mother or your father, don't say it to your husband or wife. Okay. Talk like you got some sense. Act like you have some sense. Okay. All right. Chaos, drama, and confusion. We all know somebody who keeps it. We need to stay away from it. Okay. Not saying, not to be friends with them, but you know what? If they're going to continue to be chaotic and cause confusion in my marriage and whatnot, well, you know what? I'm going to be really, really distant from them. All right. Because the only thing they bring around is negativity and silliness, messiness. Okay. All right. Keep everyone out of your ear and your personal business. Those who are for you in your union will be for you in your union. Okay? But for those who are not, and you know who they are, you know who they are. All right? Distance yourself from them. If not, write them. Not, I hate to say write off, but you know what? Discontinue your friendship with them. Okay? So that you can nurture positiveness in your marriage. Okay. Have fun, laugh. All right. Laughter is one of the best tools in marriage. Okay. My wife tells hella corny jokes. I tell corny jokes. Okay. We've been laughing at the same jokes for almost 34 years. All right. So laughter is the best medicine for anything. Okay. All right. Keeping it spicy. Now, keeping it spicy simply means that both of you are going to have to work at keeping the fire kindled and burning versus at a lukewarm smolder. Okay. You're gonna have to work together. All right. It's not gonna be her idea or his idea. It's got to be both of you all who work at keeping it spicy in the bedroom, keeping the fire lit in a relationship, holding hands, having date night, going out together, just doing things together, taking day trips together, just things. All right. And these efforts add up. Okay. These efforts add up and help grow the relationship. All right. So don't think that you're just, you're wasting your time because you haven't seen any progress. Be sincere in your efforts and you will see progress. Okay. All right. So, if there's one takeaway that you can take away from this, if it isn't broken, don't try to fix it. But if it's in need of repairs, willing to commit and invest the time to fix it. Okay? All right. I do hope that you got something from this presentation and, some information to help better your life with your partner or your spouse together. All right. This will also be available on my YouTube platform, and your support, your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions are greatly appreciated. All right. I do appreciate you, and I will see you on the next live. Bye-bye.